Tales of the Jedi was officially announced at Star Wars Celebration this past year, and we finally got our first look at the series, as well as a release date at D23 this past weekend. Tales of the Jedi is comprised of 6 episodes, 3 of which focus on Ahsoka Tano, while the other 3 focus on Count Dooku, and all 6 episodes were confirmed to release on Disney Plus on October 26th, the same day as the 8th episode of Andor. The series will feature a similar art style to the Clone Wars, and from what is shown in the trailer, for the most part it looks good. There are a few character designs that I'm not a fan of, specifically Dooku, but hopefully I'll get used to it by the time the episode releases next month. Dooku's episodes are still definitely the ones that I'm looking forward to the most. Dooku Jedi Lost has been one of my favorite Star Wars books to get into, and I think these 3 separate stories about his life will explore even more of his life as a Jedi. Even though he's a villain, Dooku has moments where as an audience it's hard not to agree with him and be on his side. He left the Jedi Order because he felt the Jedi had become too disillusioned and complacent with their power as a part of the Republic, and he's not wrong. As the Jedi spent more and more time on Coruscant within their elegant temple, they became disconnected with the rest of the galaxy, and the people they were supposed to be helping. Instead, they gradually became bodyguards and soldiers for a corrupt government that was losing its way as well. Even though I love Ahsoka, and am excited to see those episodes as well, getting more of Dooku's life and perspective on the Jedi is what makes me really look forward to Tales of the Jedi. Dooku is seen with 3 similar but distinct character designs, one without a beard when he was with his Padawan Qui-Gon Jinn, one with a full beard when he's with Mace Windu, and one with grayer hair when he's with Yaddle in the Jedi Temple. The first episode looks to be when Dooku and Qui-Gon go to settle a dispute between the citizens of some planet and its military force. The Jedi take the side of the people, but Dooku goes too far when he starts force-choking one of the soldiers and even pushes his own apprentice back into a wall. Having recently read Master and Apprentice, I'm looking forward to seeing the dynamic between Dooku and Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon has been regarded as one of the best Jedi because he follows the Force rather than the Order, but part of that ideology he gets from his master, so I wouldn't be surprised if we get some of that in this episode. The next episode looks like it'll follow Dooku and Mace Windu on yet another unfamiliar planet as they found themselves in a conflict yet again. It's unclear exactly what's going on, because there are multiple factions in play. There are droid enforcers seen in a shot raising their blasters, there is someone who looks to be a representative standing in front of guards in their ship, and there's also another guard, but rather than sporting the grey regalia of the others, he looks to be wearing blue. It may be a connection back to the first episode, or it may just be another faction from whatever planet they're on. Or it may in fact be all the same color and they're all on the same faction and I'm just seeing it wrong. What's interesting is that in one shot, Dooku and Mace are seen deflecting fire from the Grey Guards, for lack of a better name, but then we see Dooku raising his lightsaber next to the Blue Guard's neck, while the Grey Guard in shot continues shooting at something. It's definitely not clear, which I completely don't mind from a trailer, but it does look like we'll be seeing Dooku tap into the dark side a little. He force chokes the guard in what looks like the first Dooku story, and then he's repeatedly shown going too far and being very willing to use violence and his lightsaber to solve problems quickly. Because the last Dooku story looks to be set completely within the Jedi Temple, I think it would be neat if it ended with him walking away from the Order. Seeing him give up his life as a Jedi, and see his reasoning for doing so would add much more characterization to someone who, despite being a central character to the fall of the Republic, was seen relatively little throughout the prequels. Moving on to Ahsoka, her 3 stories seem to be relatively simple in comparison. The trailer starts off with her as a baby, as she is discovered by her family to be Force sensitive. Even though it won't play much into the character of Ahsoka, I'm interested to learn more about the Togruta species as well as what exactly goes on when a child is discovered to be Force sensitive and taken by the Jedi. Pav T, Ahsoka's mother, has a great line about acknowledging death as a part of life, and we also see a young Ahsoka in front of what may be an Akul, which is basically a creature that Togrutas would kill and use its teeth to make headdresses, which could only be worn by those who had slain the creature single-handedly. The next Ahsoka story looks relatively simple as well, based on what is shown, but hopefully there's more to the episode than that. We see Anakin training Ahsoka to defend herself against the clones, which is a technique that ultimately saves her life aboard the Venator during Order 66. I must say that even though not all of the animated designs worked for me during this trailer, everything from this one scene looked straight out of the Clone Wars series. Ahsoka, Anakin, and the clones all look amazing. The final Ahsoka story looks like it'll be set after the fall of the Republic, and we'll see Ahsoka have to deal with the threat of an Inquisitor. I've heard rumors that it'll retcon parts of the Ahsoka novel, which I'll admit does worry me a bit, but we'll just have to wait and see for that. Something that would be cool to see is her purifying the Inquisitor's lightsaber on screen. We know it happens at some point, so to see it happen for the first time on screen would be amazing to watch. Hopefully this series does well, because the concept of the show is something that I would very much like to see carry on for multiple seasons. There are so many Jedi out there from all eras, and many of them have stories to be told. Few have received the attention that Anakin, Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, and even Yoda have, so I would love to learn more about different Jedi. There's plenty of new ones to explore in the High Republic, and they could even have some of them set after the fall of the Republic. Do one centered around Rey or Finn after the rise of Skywalker, Luke while in exile, Cal Kestis during the original trilogy. There's an unlimited amount of stories to be told. Tales of the Jedi just needs to have the success that tells Lucasfilm that we would like to see more of this. Let me know how excited you are for Tales of the Jedi in the comments below. Remember to like the video and subscribe for more breakdowns like this, as well as reviews, news updates, lore deep dives, and more. Remember to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Thank you all for watching, and remember, the Force will be with you, always.